Good morning. I hope everybody's doing well. We are going to practice what I'm calling creative energy vinyasa because it involves bringing out our own creative sense that is very much an intuitive experience because we don't really think about it. And I really like being able to have you create something as well. And all of our practices, you're always making your adjustments and modifications based on your body and your experiences. But in this, you get to actually come into a posture on your own and then do it over and over again as we go through the flow. So we'll get started today in standing at the top of the mat. Whoa. Okay, so once we're in standing, let's loosen up the body a little bit by shaking arms, swinging, whatever it is, maybe the head, some movement there. You could separate the feet. Let's take feet to the edges of the mat for a moment and just start to shift your weight back and forth and feel the hips move around. Nice little release just from a little bit of movement. So then we'll bring the feet closer together and bring the hands together, close the eyes. We're going to start our practice with the sound of Om. You can join or you can just listen, starting with a deep breath. We'll shift into victorious breath. Breathe in through the nose. Fog out through the mouth. Fog in through the mouth. Close the mouth. Exhale through the nostrils. As if you're still fogging that mirror in and out, but all of that action is occurring between the throat and the mouth. Keeping the lips sealed and coming back to this breath. The breath will change because we're going to pick up the pace of our movement, but do your best to maintain it to the best degree that you can. And then we're going to, at this time, step the feet apart to the edges of the mat. Next inhale, reach the arms upwards. Exhale, palms together, draw the hands in. Continue a few more of these, and you can move the head with this, inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, hands in. So we're initiating this marriage of the body's movement and the breath. And we're going to keep going, but we're going to allow for the sound of Om to be heard internally. So each time you bring hands together, begin hearing Om as you bring the thumbs to the heart and let that sound be completed. And then begin again. Inhaling, drawing in prana, exhaling Om. Just heard internally without making the sound. One more cycle. And now we'll come into a side bend this time. So inhaling, arms up. Exhale, bend to the right. Right hand can come down to the right leg. Left arm up and over. 3 deep breaths. Next inhalation, rise to center. Exhale, left arm down. See if you can keep the right arm fairly straight and feel the length, especially from the hand to the shoulder and the shoulder to the right hip. And you might even go further down, shoulder to the right knee, hip to the right knee, and then right knee to the foot. And let's try that again on the other side. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend to the right, feeling length from hand to elbow, elbow to shoulder, shoulder to hip, hip to knee, knee to ankle. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, hands together. And then we'll go ahead and inhale, arms right back up as we did before, but this time find eagle arms. So we'll cross elbow in front of elbow as best as you can. If you have a lot of tightness or muscle mass, you can just pull one arm in just like this, keeping one arm straight and the other arm bent. Otherwise, elbows on top of each other. Notice which one is closer to the chest. Then maybe you can take tops of hands to each other and press them into each other and feel back of shoulders activate. Or you might be able to cross forearms and push hands into each other. And as you're pushing, again, you're going to feel a little muscle right behind the shoulders. And then we'll go ahead and bend the knees. I'll get it right. And then lower the trunk. Lower the head. Maybe release the head by encouraging some motion and then letting that motion go. With the knees bent, unroll the spine. The head will be the last to rise. Unwind the arms. Take note of the elbows order though. And you're going to rise, lift the arms, and then we'll cross elbows or find your variation. Take the elbows forward and upwards as you press the hands into each other, and then we can bend the knees and fold. Letting go of the head last. Another breath. And we'll unroll the spine, working your way up to the head. Unwind the arms, reach the arms up. And then exhale, the hands behind, interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulders back, look upwards. Exhale, fold forward. Find a little motion here too. So check in. You can dip a shoulder, dip the other shoulder. Kind of working with the shoulder blades, pressing one into the back and then the other. And this time we're going to release the arms and just dangle loose. Let the arms hang. Three deep breaths. Heel toe the feet, hips distance apart. Plant the palms, step the feet back. We'll come to a plank posture. Keep the heart pretty much where it was, so it's not going to shift positions. It's still hovering in the same spot. Squeeze the shoulders back, though you're pushing into the hands. 3 deep breaths. Now, whether you keep the feet on the mat this way or you bring the knees down, the heart's going to stay where it is. You're going to have the elbows and the wrists and shoulders all line up to start, but then we'll bend the elbows. Shoulders will come forward, but the elbows stay over the wrists. And then tops of the feet to the mat. Come into cobra or upward facing dog. So either hips down or hips up. And now we'll rest in downward facing dog. You can go there if you like, or child's posture, which is where I'm going to go. We're going to find 5 full breaths. We're going to build our sequence at this time. So let's rise up to a table or lower down to a table depending on where you are, and shift the hands back so that we can get into the wrist for a moment. We're going to be taking plenty of vinyasas, which we just took. So if there's ever a point where you feel they're getting tired, because we're doing a lot of strengthening with those push-ups, then feel free to work with the wrist just like that. And we'll take the hands to face forward, and you can bring the top of one hand down with the fingers facing back. So this will get the top of the wrist and forearm. And just one, because then otherwise there's a lot of pressure on the hands. Then we'll shift, and then the other way, the other hand. And release. Okay, so let's find downward facing dog, and we want to make sure that we have good form in downward facing dog, especially because this practice in particular we're there quite a bit. So hands go forward a step, or knees can go back a step. You can also make this adjustment once you're up. Roll over the toes, lift the knees, take the hips, send them back. And each time that you're here, see if you can remember on the inhalation, focus on energy rising up the arms to the hips, and then that energy going down towards the heels, down through the back of the legs. Couple more breaths. Today we're going to start with the pigeon's posture. So let's inhale, lift the right leg, and start to move this leg around. And then on the next exhale, draw the right knee to the right elbow and hover it there for 2 breaths. Maybe it's going to touch. Exhale, bring the shin down, slide the left leg back. Look for a little back bend on the inhale, and then exhale, fold. And so we'll go through the first time we're in a posture, we're there for a few more breaths, and then as we go through this, it'll be where we really see that holy matrimony between the breath and the body's movement. Another full breath here. And then we'll bring the hands down, roll over the back toes. See if we can reverse this by lifting that right knee up to the right elbow, and then take the right leg back up. Now we're going to take right knee to left elbow just for 1 exhale. Inhale, take it back up. Exhale, right foot between the hands. We're in this lunge. Let's be here for a couple breaths. And then as you rise, inhale, lift the trunk. Take the hands behind and interlace the fingers. Squeeze the shoulders back. Next inhalation, lift the trunk, reach the arms upwards into a crescent lunge. On the exhale, warrior B to the back of the mat. So we pivot the feet So that left toes face back of the mat, right toes face the side of the mat, arms strong T, palms down or palms up. And then we're going to take a vinyasa here. So bring the hands down and then step that left foot back. Exhale, lower. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. A couple deep breaths. Next inhalation, lift the left leg upwards. A little motion first. On the following exhalation, left knee to left elbow, holding there for 2 deep breaths. Exhale, lower the shin down, slide the right leg back, find a back bend. And we'll come into our pigeon posture, lowering. We're here about 3 breaths first time around, maybe 4. And we'll start to rise. Hands down, roll over the back toes. Hovering this left knee back up towards the left elbow. Inhale, left leg back up. On the exhale, left knee to right elbow. Inhale, back up. Exhale into a lunge, left foot between the hands. Back heel stays up. Pause here for a moment. Feel the sensation in the legs. Going to take the hands behind. Interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulders back, and coming up halfway into a crescent lunge. Lift the trunk first, and then take the arms up. Warrior B to the front of the mat. So bring arms to a T, pivot the feet, lunging. Next exhalation, hands down. Lift the right foot, step it back, lower. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So this is our first stage. We'll have at least 3 stages. Let's rest for 5 breaths. Maybe downward facing dog is good for you. Maybe child's pose would be more helpful. And the next 2 breaths, come back to the sound of Om on the exhalation, internally heard. And let's begin again, bringing the breath and movement more closely together, coordinating them, and then building on the sequence. Next inhalation, lift the right leg. Exhale, hover the right knee to the right elbow, just for 1 breath. On the following exhalation, bring the shin down, slide the left leg back. Inhaling, heart lifts. Exhaling, heart down. Inhaling, heart lifts, hands down, roll over the back toes. Next inhalation, hover that right elbow towards the right elbow. Inhale, right leg up. So as we're going through, let's exhale, right knee to left elbow. The breath might not match perfectly, but then we're going to find it as we keep going. Taking that right leg up. Exhale, right foot between the hands. Let's go ahead and just inhale, hands behind, squeeze the shoulders back. And the following inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, warrior B to the back of the mat. Okay, so here we'll add on. Let's find a peaceful warrior. Left knee stays lunging, right hand down the right leg, left arm up and over. And then we'll find extended side angle posture. So keep left knee lunging, left forearm to left thigh, inhale, right arm up and over. So now we can feel what we were feeling earlier, that deep side bend. with feet planted closer together. See if you can come into that feeling length from the ankle to knee to hip to shoulder to elbow to hand. Another breath. Exhale, let's find twisting dragonfly. Right palm down. Lift the left arm up. Next exhale, left hand comes down. Let's stop there and begin with the other side. So we're going to lift the left foot and take it upwards. On the exhale, hover left knee to left elbow. Following exhalation, set the shin down. Inhaling, lift the heart. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Come out of this. Lift that left knee. Extend the leg back. Next exhalation, left knee to right elbow. Inhaling, leg up. Exhale, left foot between the hands. Inhale, hands behind, rise. Take the arms up. Exhale, warrior B, facing the front of the mat. Next, inhale, peaceful warrior, right arm up and back. Extended side angle, exhale, right forearm down to thigh, left arm up and over. Next exhalation, twisting dragonfly, left palm down. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, hand down, lift the right leg up behind, and then we'll come into downward facing dog or child's posture. So this next part of the sequence, you'll be building on to what we started with. A few deep breaths. Now, if you're not in a child's posture, go there for a moment. And we're going to take 5 focused breaths. And as we do that, let's go within ourselves and experience the creative energy that is always flowing through. Those channels are always, flowing. The question is how much will we let them flow? And let's just see those channels open up. We'll clear the breath in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. And rise. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up. This time, go right into pigeon's posture. Exhale, shin down. Inhale, lift the trunk, the sternum. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Roll over back toes. Just take that right leg all the way up. On the exhale, right knee to left elbow. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, lunging. Inhale, hands behind, rise. Take the arms up. Exhale, warrior B, back of the mat. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Left arm up. Exhale, extended side angle. Left forearm down. Inhale, right arm up. On the exhale, take the right hand down. Inhale, the left arm up, twisting dragonfly. Okay. Then from here, we're going to draw the right foot behind the left foot. So we're going to hover this right foot and a little twist on one foot. Now the question is, what can you do from here? So go for it. Whatever it is to you, whatever feels like is the next step, go into that posture. It can be seated, it can be balancing, standing. Okay, take a couple more breaths, let it register, soak it in. And then find the second posture. What connects to this posture that you're in? And go ahead and connect it. So there's 2 postures. We're going to fit a third. All right? So when you're ready, go ahead and find the third posture. And then we'll come out of this, hands down, find a downward facing dog with the left leg lifted. We should all be together now. On the exhale, left knee towards the left wrist, the shin comes down. Inhale, lift the sternum. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, roll over the toes, take the leg up. On the exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, back up. Exhale, left foot between the hands. Inhale, hands behind, rise. Take the arms up. Exhale, warrior B, front of the mat. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Forearm down. Inhaling, left arm up and over, and then exhale, the hand down into a twisting dragonfly. Inhaling, right arm up. And then from here, we go ahead and hover the left foot behind the right. So, posture number 1. Posture number 2. Posture number 3. And then we're going to take a vinyasa here. So that is something that we haven't been doing, right, because we've been going into these circular motions. So go ahead and go through. Lowering. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's rest just for a few breaths. So you have a choice as we go through the next couple cycles. We're going to go through 2 cycles. Maybe I'll just call out some postures. But as we're going through, you can choose in your transitions if you want to take a vinyasa or if you are going to make it into a circular experience where you just take that front leg and inhale it behind and then begin with that leg. So when you're ready, rise up. Let's go again. 2 times. Good timing. Got the lawn mowing company out there. So you don't have to hear me for the most part. All right, whenever you're ready, right side. Right leg up. Pigeon. Inhaling, right leg up. Knee to left elbow. Lunging. Hands behind. Arms up. Warrior B. Peaceful warrior or reverse warrior. Extended side angle. Twisting dragonfly. Covering right foot behind left. Posture 1. Posture 2. Posture 3. And then vinyasa or circle. Left side. Pigeon. Left leg up. Knee to elbow, right elbow. Lunging. Hands behind. Arms up. Warrior B. Front of the mat. Peaceful warrior. Extended side angle. Twisting dragonfly. Hover left foot behind right. Posture 1. Posture 2. Posture 3. Transition. Next one on your own, or you can choose to rest or hold a posture. After you've gone through that final cycle, we'll be meeting in child's posture. From center, walk over to the right, all the way off the mat. Keep the hips low. Where you feel the most sensation, the most expansion, breathe into that space. So that means you're going to feel that space expand on the inhalation and draw in on the exhalation and release on that exhale. And we'll walk over to the left. Same thing. The mind is so powerful when we can focus the breath on a certain part of the body. That part of the body is going to experience opening, change. And we'll come to center. From here, rise up. Table posture. Just move through a few cat-cows here. Inhaling, belly relaxing. Exhale, belly engaging. And then we'll come into downward facing dog by way of a cow posture. So belly sinking, tailbone lifted, and then roll over the toes. Lift the hips. A few deep breaths here. Let's look forward, step the right foot forward, and then rise up to crescent lunge. We were here earlier many times, right? Now we're going to turn this into Garudasana, which is eagle posture. So from here we're going to have the left knee on top of the right. And you don't have to go there, but this is what it's going to be like, right? The legs left on top of right, or you're going to wrap the toe around, or you're going to have single-legged chair posture, ankle on top of thigh. But before we go there, we're going to have the left knee on top, so we're going to have the right elbow forward, the left elbow inward. So inhale, take the arms up, just feel the length first. Exhale, find the position of your arms, right elbow away from the chest, left elbow inwardly, and then wrap the arms around each other. And remember, just do your best. If there's a lot going on there, you can just keep the forearms away from each other. Now from here, bring the weight forward into this right leg, and then take the left knee on top of the right. And maybe that's good, or you're going to adjust in the way that we kind of mentioned before. And as you're here, you're sending elbows forward and up. Just a few more deep breaths. Unravel the arms, take them behind and interlace the fingers. Squeeze the shoulders back. Take this left leg and unravel it, send it behind, and then set the foot down. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands down. Notice sensation in the right hip. Lift the right leg up and behind. Exhale, hover the right knee towards the right elbow like we did before. 2 deep breaths. And now we're going to find pigeon. Right shin comes down, left leg slides back. Before we get into it, sway a little bit side to side. Fold when you're ready. Let the forehead rest on something so we're not straining the neck and tensing it up. Let the neck relax. Another 2 breaths. We'll start to rise. Roll to the right hip. And then let's take this left leg in, but extend the right leg forward. So you might be okay with the left knee out to the left like this. If not, then you can bring foot to the inside of the thigh. So the right leg is straight, the left knee is bent in some way. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold into the right leg. It's not about how far the hands are. Okay, it's about feeling the stretch in the back of the right leg. So flex the foot. That's where you're going to feel it, even if the knee is bent. Another 2 breaths. Inhale, rise. Now we're going to change the legs. So the left leg will straighten up and the right knee will bend. And so maybe again you can take the knees so that they're hips distance apart and the foot so it's out to the right. If that's straining the knee, foot to the inside of the thigh. But this time we're going to go the opposite way with the trunk, so we're going to recline. And that might mean hands behind and elbows bend, or hands behind like this, fingers back. Squeeze the shoulders back. Maybe that means you can recline all the way. But if the knee starts to lift off the mat and you're reclined, then you don't need to take the trunk down. The body's not ready for that. So you want to keep that thigh bone pressed down. 2 more deep breaths. Okay, we'll start to rise. From here, take the legs back. You could take a vinyasa if you'd like. We're meeting in downward facing dog. And then we're going to take the left leg upwards and plant the left foot between the hands. Okay, so rise up, crescent lunge. This time we're going to have the right knee on top of the left knee. So that means we're going to have the left elbow forward this time. So it's just opposite limbs in front. Okay, so we can set up the arms first. Left elbow forward, right elbow in. Wrap the arms around each other. Start to come forward. And then let's take right knee on top of left, or whatever your variation is. Elbows forward and up. A few breaths. One more. Unravel the arms, take the hands behind, interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulders back. Unravel the legs, slowly take the right leg back, set the foot down. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands down. Lift this left leg up and behind. Exhale, hover the knee to the left elbow, hold for 2 breaths. Exhale, shin down, right leg slides back. We're going to sway a little bit side to side. Release down when you're ready. Couple breaths. And we'll start to rise. Roll to the left hip. Bring the right knee in and forward, and then take the left leg and extend it forward. And again, position the right leg in the way that works for you. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, find length. Exhale, heart forward. And that action is occurring all the way through this posture. Rather than just trying to stay in one place, we allow the motion, especially because the body responding to the breath means it's going to move. In these folds, I often take my hands back and remind myself to keep my shoulders back. rather than round them. Two more breaths. Rise up. Switch legs. So the right leg goes forward and extends, bending the left knee in. Find your variation, and then begin to recline. Another breath or so. We're going to prepare for Shavasana in a moment. So what we'll do is, rather than come back into hands and knees, we're going to find your way to reclining. So however you get there, bring the knees into the chest once you're here and rock a little side to side. You might take the head in opposite direction of the knees. I always find I get a nice extra motion there. And then we'll find a back bend. So feet planted, come into bridge posture or upward bow if that's a part of your practice. Squeeze shoulders back, lift the hips. Draw the knees towards each other. If you ever separate the knees widely, you want to make it a habit to bring a block between the knees before you rise up and squeeze the block. It'll teach the body to stay activated in the inner thighs. Exhale, lower. Rise up to seated. Just circle the head twice, one way, twice the other. Now we're going to rest. So you can come to a simple reclining twist if you'd like, or something else for a few breaths. Or you might just be ready to lie down. The twists are helpful in that they help neutralize the spine. So taking them before resting is always a pretty good idea, but not necessary. Setting up to rest. Maybe you'd like to rest differently today, or have arms alongside body, palms up, feet apart, toes away. Some nice clearing breaths in through nose, out through the mouth. Maybe 3 times with the gentle exhalation, hearing internally, Om. And allowing that to fade as you come into a deeper and deeper rest. Before you come out of this position, even before you deepen the breath or move the body, bring the attention to the heart center. See if you can concentrate in that area and feel, experience, create sparks of joy. Actually, little sparks of joy, like little firecrackers. Joy sparking all through the heart center. And see if you can move that joy into another area of the body, maybe a shoulder, and the other shoulder. Take it around the body through the trunk, the legs. Bring sparks of joy all through the limbs, arms, the head. Coming back into the heart center, feeling that as the origin of all that joy sparking through the body. And that joy is built on a deeper knowledge that everything is okay. Everything is just fine. Even if there's some issues here and there in our world and our lives, it's all okay. We'll start to deepen the breath, move the body. We sparked some joy. We're going to carry it through our day today, through our week, through all of our days if possible. And then when you're ready, find your way up to seated. Sealing the practice with the sound of Om, palms together. Breathing in. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. I honor the light in you that is the same light in me. Namaste. Thank you so much for being here and for putting your effort in and allowing your creative sense to come out and explore and express it. And I hope you have a beautiful day. Take care. And I hope to see you all soon in some way or another. Take care.